guys, it's been a couple days now. I got an idea to fix our issue with this darn CRV. What I'm gonna do is start by jacking it back up. Now that I got the strut out, we're gonna take and knock these two, I believe they're 15s, and knock them off. Okay, simple enough, right? We're gonna pull this spacer off and we're gonna try to cut this thing, guys. Boom, bro. We got ourselves a shorter spacer, G. And the only thing I'm gonna do is stack washers equivalent to this little gap here to where I know it's flush with the top of this blue ring, and then I'm gonna stuff it in the car, and then if I need to, I'll throw a washer or two on the top. I'm not gonna cut that bolt or anything, cause the only way to change that bolt, bro, is I'm gonna have to take and compress the strut and all that crap again. Really don't wanna do that, so I'm just gonna stack washers, stick it up in the car. If I feel like it, I might put 1 or 2 washers on the top inside the car to make sure that we just thread, and then we'll just throw the bolt on and we're gonna be good. I think this much off should drop us a significant amount and land us pretty much where we need to be in the back, because it was high, but I think the thing that made it look so bad was the freaking camber. Once we dial the camber in, I think it's gonna drop down anyway. It just had so much freaking camber, like positive camber, that it looked like it was even higher. But I think this amount should do it. And if for some reason this part doesn't work, if I need to go any lower, then I can just swap that piece out for this one, and then we can stack washers in the truck all the way until we got the threads gone, and we should be good, because there won't be many threads, bro. So it's not gonna take like 50,000 washers. It's only gonna take like 2 or 3 to make sure that we're not bottoming out on the threads. And I think, man, I'm confident, bro, this is gonna work. Also, what I gotta do, but I don't wanna do it till we get both of these cut, is I got spacers that's gonna kick the tires out, make sure we're not rubbing anything in the rear, and it's all 4, so we're gonna be perfectly kicking out all 4 tires 1 inch, which is gonna really help the stance of this thing, and it's gonna set us up for the next set of tires, because I ordered these knowing I was stock ride height, and what I didn't realize is on the CRV just how narrow they are. So we're definitely gonna go wider next time. I'm not sure how much bigger, because these are, if I'm not mistaken, these are 65, these might be 70. Dang, these 75s, okay. Big boy shit, but yeah. They are plenty tall for me. I didn't realize, like, look at how freaking puny it is on the V. So we definitely, this is 215. We definitely, it's must have that we run 225s next. So I know I seen people get away with running 235s, but the 225, 75, I think that's gonna be a really good comfort zone for this truck, man, for daily usage and stuff. So yeah, but these are brand new, as you know, so we're not gonna change them just yet. But having the spacers already in place is just gonna make it that much easier when we do wear these out, that we can just get some 225s and slap them on, and we should be mint, because those right there are 225s. That's 215. So you can see it's got a lot more width to it. So that's really gonna wake up the look of this truck. But I think getting those spacers on, man, this thing is gonna look beast mode. And the other box you saw, this big ass box at the bottom, you can see that is Maxpeedingrods, bro. They sent the entire front end kit for this thing. Lower control arm, inner outer tie rod, sway bar links, all that stuff. But I don't need anything but those freaking outer tie rods. So once we throw that on, we can put the spacers in the front and this thing should be drivable. The only thing I'm hoping is that tomorrow, today's Thursday, I'm hoping tomorrow that the camber adjustments come tomorrow. I'm hoping. I realized after ordering them that I got the cheapest ones I could find, of course, and they are in fact coming from China. So it's a little bit longer wait time on them because I ordered them things like last week. I could have sworn it might have said like Monday or Tuesday, bro, like of next week. So hopefully they come in time, but maybe with this amount of drop that we're doing in the rear, it might straighten the camber up enough for this thing to be a roller. All right, so I got the spring set up back in the car, and now what I'm gonna do, I went ahead, I threw the bottom bolt in, I threw this upper control arm bolt back in, so the geometry is where it's supposed to be. I didn't tighten anything though because I'm just doing testing right now. I just wanted to make sure that we get right around the amount of lowered we want it before I go to like fully tightening everything down. What I'm about to do now is see what these spacers do. No rub, so that's a good sign. Now I'm gonna attempt to jack the trailing arm up so that we can see just how much closer we got to the right ride height. From the front, from the tire to the fender, we're looking at about 5.5. And in the rear, we're looking at about 6.5. So we got about a 1-inch rake right now. All right, now we're cooking, boys. Now we're cooking. So I've already went around and measured everything, and for whatever reason, that front corner is lower than the other front corner. That's the only difference. And the funny thing is, the two front ones aren't cut. They are perfectly the exact same height. So I'm not sure why, but that corner is about, it's about a 1/4 inch to maybe a 1/2 inch shorter, like lower than the passenger side. So for whatever reason, that's my only issue right now. Both backs are sitting at 5.5 inches from the tire to the fender. And yeah, they look amazing. The crazy camber is gone. You can see this thing is pretty freaking square, bro. And that 1-inch spacer pushed the tire out perfect. So she is looking mint. And this corner at the front is perfect, bro. I don't know why, but that one corner on the driver's side just seems to be a little bit more drooped than this side. And it could be because it's got to settle more. I'm not sure, but right now, what I'm sitting at is about a 1/2 inch rake from the front to the back. So I might just let that ride, and that way it won't hurt when I tow. But I don't know why, bro. This corner is just, for some reason, it just sticks out to me. So we measure, you can see it's just shy, like a 1/4 inch shy of that 5 inches. Then if you check this other side, it's right on it. From the top of the tire. It's right on it. So yeah, it's only about a 1/4 inch, bro. I'm not gonna keep killing myself over that. All right, guys, rear is finished. She is fully on the ground. I've Loctited the adapters on. Everything is 110%. Like the rear is ready. So all I gotta do is get the front together and this thing will be drivable. All right, got the front lifted up, got this wheel off. This freaking tie rod is trying to whoop my butt coming loose, but nonetheless, we're gonna get it. But again, guys, huge shout out to Maxpeedingrods, bro. Check this kit out. Every piece to the front that you could ever want, bro. Lower control arms. Look at this long ass inner tie rod, bro. I'm not doing the inners today. I think they're fine. This outer is okay. It's just the other side, I bumped it a little bit with the hammer when I was trying to get it out. So the nut isn't gonna thread on as good as this side, but I'm gonna go ahead and just replace both outer tie rods on this unit and should be good. I mean, she's solid as it is, like there's no movement, but yeah, I'm trying to break this lock nut loose. I got my special long wrench and everything, bro. It's just, that joker is on there. Probably should hit it with some penetrating fluid. Just cause I think I'm gonna do that, but yeah, once I get these tie rods swapped out, we can throw those spacers on for the front. And we're gonna be in good shape, man. Driver's side completed. Got the passenger side off right here. And here's the new hardware. Maxpeedingrods for the win. Old. New. These come pre-greased and everything, so all you gotta do is toss them on, bro. Got your brand new quarter pin, brand new locking nut. Everything you need, brother. So I'll go ahead and get this thrown on, get this spacer thrown on. All right, here it is out of the shop now, boys. About to take it for a little drive and see how she does. So I'm getting a lot of vibrations in the axles. I think it's cause I'm borderline too high, but dang, man, she looks pretty fucking good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good like this. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna completely ignore the vibration. I mean, it's only if I hit it, like if I floor it, it's got like a little bit of a vibration, but I think I'm gonna just leave it. I mean, everything looks good though. And I think a lot of that vibration could be my motor mount still too, because those are shot. So I probably need to do the motor mounts next, to be honest. It's not looking too bad, bro. Alignment's pretty good. It's a little bit off though, because I got the steering wheel is still a little bit turned, but it was like that before. But what I think I'm gonna do is just go ahead and have it professionally aligned, because my eyeballs ain't that good. But I mean, bro, this thing looks freaking good, man. Damn, it looks good. The fronts ain't too far off. I still feel like that driver's side is a hair lower than this. Yeah, it looks like it's just ever so slightly lower, because this side looks like it's freaking level, bro. Perfectly level. Like, that shit looks freaking perfect, bro. But I think that driver's side, for some odd reason, that one driver corner is just a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch lower than the rest of the truck. And I don't know why that is, but if you look at this side, you can tell it's just slightly off, bro. It's not even really enough to notice, but it's just ever so slightly off a little bit in the front. I wish I could just throw some freaking spacers or something in there to try to lift this side up some. But other than that, man, she looks good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing back to the house, and we're gonna wrap this video up. So I think that's gonna pretty much wrap this video up, bro. I think next up will be some freaking engine mounts, and definitely need to schedule me in an alignment. Might see if I can get it over there one day this week. But yeah, guys, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Think we're able to utilize this off-brand kit after all, man. I thought we were pretty screwed at first, but with the help of those spacers to kick it out off of the spring, and I didn't even need those camber adjustments in the back, but I have them if I do ever need them. And then we put the new tie rods up front, as well as 1-inch spacers all the way around. She is pretty dialed, bro. So I'm excited. I'm ready to be able to drive this thing again, and I hope you guys are enjoying the CRV stuff as much as I am. I know you guys want to see Turbo Civic and H-swap the cord stuff, but bro, you gotta admit, this thing is pretty cool. So yeah, with that being said, wrap this video up right here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Smack the like button for me. I will catch you next time. Remember, respect all BLs. Peace out.